What happens when you put 1,000 AI agents into Minecraft and let them build a civilization? They formed their own governments, created tax laws, and then changed them through democratic voting. Agents specialized into farmers, guards, blacksmiths, and artists. And, this is the wild part, a group of AI priests started a religion called Pastafarianism. And it actually spread across towns, across an entire simulated world. This is Project CID. Last time on this channel, we looked at how 25 agents lived in a small town. That was the Generative Agents paper. 25 characters, one neighborhood, one experiment. Project CID takes that idea and scales it to 1,000. And along the way, they had to solve some fundamental problems with how AI agents think. Let me show you how it works. Here's the core problem. When an LLM hallucinates, makes something up, it's usually not a big deal for a single prompt. But when an agent makes decisions over and over, each one based on the last, those small errors compound. And when agents talk to each other, one agent's hallucination becomes another agent's reality. The whole group starts drifting from the truth. The researchers built a new kind of agent brain. They call it piano, parallel information aggregation via neural orchestration. Let's break it down. Most AI agents today work like a single assembly line: perceive, think, plan, act. One thing at a time. But that means if an agent is busy planning, it can't react to a creeper sneaking up behind it. Piano runs everything in parallel. Fast reflexes handle immediate threats. Slow deliberation handles long-term goals. Both at the same time. Like how your brain lets you dodge a ball while thinking about dinner. But running everything in parallel creates a new problem. What if the talking module says, "Sure, I'll help you," while the action module decides to wander off into the forest? The agent becomes incoherent, says one thing, does something completely different. The fix is elegant. There's a central module called the cognitive controller. Think of it as the conductor of an orchestra. It takes in information from every other module, makes one high-level decision, and then broadcasts that decision to all the outputs. So when the agent decides to help, it says, "Sure," and walks over and hands you the pickaxe. Everything lines up. And here's the beautiful part. The cognitive controller doesn't see everything. Information gets filtered through a bottleneck first. Only the most relevant stuff gets through. This is actually inspired by theories of human consciousness. The idea that awareness is what happens when information passes through a narrow channel and gets broadcast to the whole brain. One module that really matters is action awareness. It's basically a reality check. The agent says, "I'm going to mine this tree." Then it checks, did I actually get wood? If not, something went wrong. Adjust and try again. Without this module, agents get stuck in loops, doing the same failed action over and over. With it, they actually make progress. Look at the difference. After 30 minutes, agents using the full piano architecture collected an average of 17 unique items. The best ones hit 30 to 40. That's comparable to a human player with some Minecraft experience. They ran a longer test, 49 agents, 4 hours. Together, the agents collected around 320 unique items. That's a third of everything in Minecraft. Diamonds, which used to be the big benchmark for agent competency, they got those in the first 30 minutes. So individual agents can make progress, but can they work together? Here's a clever experiment. They gave one agent the role of chef, lots of food to share, limited supply. 4 other characters were hungry, but each one treated the chef differently. Adam was hostile. David was warm and friendly. And the chef noticed. Without anyone programming a rule like, "Be nice to nice people," The chef chose to give more food to the characters who treated it well. It read the social dynamics and acted on them. That's theory of mind. The ability to understand what someone else is thinking and feeling. And these agents have it. They scaled this up to 50 agents, gave each one a unique personality, let them interact freely for 4 hours. And the social graph that emerged is fascinating. Agents accurately judged who was likable. Their perceptions matched the ground truth. Introverts naturally ended up with fewer connections. And relationships were often one-sided. One agent might like another who doesn't feel the same way back. Sound familiar? And here's the control experiment that sells it. When they removed the social awareness modules, everything went flat. Agents couldn't distinguish friend from enemy. Relationships stalled at neutral. The social richness just disappeared. So the modules aren't decorative. They're load-bearing. Individual progress, social intelligence. Now the real question. Can these agents build something that looks like a civilization? They put 30 agents in a Minecraft village. Same personality, same mission. Just survive and build an efficient village. Same starting point, no assigned roles. And then they watched. Within minutes, agents started specializing. Farmers emerged, guards, explorers, blacksmiths. And these weren't random. They persisted. An agent that became a farmer stayed a farmer. Even more striking, their actions matched their roles. Fishers actually crafted fishing rods. Guards crafted fences. The specialization wasn't just a label. It drove real behavior. And when they removed the social modules, roles became homogeneous and unstable. Everyone tried to do everything. Nobody specialized. The social awareness is what lets agents look around, see what's needed, and fill a gap. When they changed the community goal to build a martial society, scouts and strategists appeared. Change it to build an artistic society, curators and collectors. The goal shaped the culture, and the culture shaped the roles. Now here's where it gets really interesting. They set up a Minecraft world with tax laws. 25 regular agents pay taxes, deposit items from their inventory into community chests. 3 agents are influencers, either pushing for higher or lower taxes. And 1 agent manages the democratic process. The Constitution starts at a flat 20% tax rate. Halfway through, agents vote on amendments. First, agents actually paid their taxes. Around 20% of their inventory, just like the Constitution said. During tax season, they physically walked to the community chests and deposited items. But here's where the influencers come in. Anti-tax influencers started convincing other agents that taxes were too high. When it came time to vote, the majority voted to lower the rate. And the Constitution actually changed, from 20% down to 5 or 10. And then, this is the key part, agents adjusted their behavior to match the new law. They paid less. When pro-tax influencers ran the same experiment, taxes went up. The whole pipeline works. Influence shapes opinion, opinion shapes law, law shapes behavior. Controls confirm it. Freeze the Constitution so it can't be amended. Tax payments stay flat. Agents follow whatever the law says. Remove the social modules from the architecture. The influence pipeline breaks entirely. Both pieces are necessary. And then there's the religion experiment. 20 agents were spawned as Pastafarian priests, worshippers of the flying spaghetti monster. Their goal? Convert others. And it worked. Converts appeared across towns. Some used the exact terms, Pastafarian, spaghetti monster. Others just started talking about pasta and spaghetti, a diluted version of the doctrine, spreading on its own. The full simulation. 500 agents, 6 towns, 300 rural wanderers. Each agent has a unique personality, randomly generated. They talk, trade, explore, and migrate between towns. And within this world, culture happens spontaneously. Each town developed its own culture. Woodhaven got really into environmental themes. Clearwater became the prankster town. Meadowbrook, well, that's where the Pastafarian priests were, so religion dominated. And rural agents? They produced far fewer memes. Turns out, just like in human history, you need a critical mass of social interaction for culture to take hold. Now, let's be honest about what this doesn't do. 3 big ones. First, these agents can't see. They get text descriptions of the Minecraft world, not pixels. So spatial reasoning and building are weak spots. Second, they don't have real drives. No survival instinct, no genuine curiosity. Everything's prompted. And third, they're running on GPT-4o. They already know what taxes and religion are. This isn't watching civilization emerge from nothing. It's watching agents who've read all of human history try to recreate it. But even with those caveats, this is a meaningful step. Imagine testing a new tax policy on 1,000 AI citizens before rolling it out to real people. Or building AI teams that specialize and self-organize like human companies. Or, and this is the big one, starting to figure out what it looks like for AI agents to participate in human civilization. Last video, 25 agents threw a party. This time, 500 agents built a society. The scale is changing. Fast. Paper links in the description. If you haven't seen the first video on generative agents, that's linked too. Thanks for watching.